Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.
Yo, welcome. Thank you for boarding. Land Your Plane podcast. I am your pilot instructor, Delanucci. You are on flight 28 with me and the geysers. My flight attendants, introduce yourself.
I'm 34 and a half. I'm your favorite cousin from my auntie and uncle you ain't know you had, and I'm ready to take off.
DeVille, 79, Southside.
But we'll get him back in the building. He arrived. Appreciate you guys pulling up. How y'all feeling? How y'all living, man?
Less than highly
Chilling,
favored, man.
Chilling.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No complaints over here.
Nice.
Love a cat today, man. Play a little cards, I'm trying to figure out a routine as we go, as we move along. I got shows based for the Tuesdays. I know I got Tuesdays. Love Tuesdays. Got Tuesdays all marked out. But Thursdays I'm trying to figure it out. But cards is a little I created this game called Love and Cat. Basically, y'all pick a card, read it, and if we could answer it or we could respond or rebuttal to what you're talking about, that's what we're gonna do. Hold on one second. Let me get to this first. I'm gonna just read them and we just gonna go. The first one is a couple survives hard times, then breaks up after success arrives. Question is, does success expose real priorities? It's on the floor. How you feel about it?
I think that when you're you're trying to make it to success, you're struggling. No offense to anybody, you know what I'm saying? I've been through it. But arguments and disagreements make more sense during that time, during that period, because we got issues, financial issues. And once we get past those issues and you start to feel like a person is now bringing up other issues, it can create some confusion of, damn, we got over one hurdle and now you creating hurdles, even if they're not, even if it's real legitimate stuff you need to be talking about. It just feels like, why are we not at peace now? Because a lot of people, include myself included, we dream about making it. If you're successful, that's a way of saying you made it. So it's like, if we I never been a millionaire yet, but if we a millionaire, what are we fucking arguing about? Go take a cruise. Go to the fucking spa. So I think that it makes things that might seem important seem less important to somebody because they feel like I said, everything else is solidified. Our rent is paid, our car notes, everything is, we own these cars now. We have all these things. We have acquired so much stuff. I don't understand why you're not happy with that. And it can make you look at a person who, and I get, we always say things don't make you happy, but for some people, myself included, some things do make me happy. And a certain amount of things could make me happy. So I would say, and not to say I'm not happy when I don't have those things or not, but I can see how if everything is good, we own a house, we own a car, and we still got a bunch of money in the bank, and you're arguing with me about which way I'm squeezing the toothpaste from. Like, what? We could buy some more fucking toothpaste. It can make things that, you know what I mean? Like, what? What the fuck are you beefing over toothpaste? Like, we can open up a toothpaste factory. We got the money. So I just feel like it just becomes that. I think you kind of give a person a pass when y'all going through shit for arguing because you feel like it's at their, yeah, we're arguing about this, but they're probably just stressed out. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like, yeah, that is it makes sense that we're beefing because they're arguing about this, but we really just stressed out. So it's like at the same time, it'll go to you like, you know, oh, now what are you arguing? Now what is your anger? What is your suppressed anger coming from? And I'll land with that.
Respectfully.
Repeat the question, Cuzzo.
Got you. Hold on 1 second. Does success expose real priorities?
Priorities.
Scenario.
Yeah, because what do you mean by priorities?
I got your scenario was
Meaning,
people change once the struggle ends. A couple survives hard times, then breaks up after success arrives.
oh, okay. Then I see. It really, I really be trying to, say what I be wanting to say, but again, Cuzzo pretty much hit it right on the nail.
Respectfully.
Dirt just really just said it, like, you know what I'm saying? Again, at those bottom stages, that's just probably why we should have got to know each other more. We should have got into those little bigger mitts, little spats, little arguments, little fights, so we can see who's who, see how we move, see if we're gonna be able to deal till we get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? That's when the big problems come, You know how they say more money, more problems. It's not really more money, more problems. It's really more money, big problems, bigger problems. That's it. So in that aspect, yeah.
Does it expose priorities? I wouldn't say your priorities.
Right.
Unless your priorities are what you already truly desire. What to build on what Dirt was saying, basically in the beginning, we have scarcity. Scarcity is lack of. So with lack of, we feel we have constraints on certain stuff, which is our free will to do what we want. We got free will to do whatever, but when you ain't got no money, you don't feel like you got free will. You feel constrained. You feel locked down. Now, when you do get a little bit of bread and butter, as they say, you feel me? These limits and limitations are no longer there. So whatever you desired or wanted to do when you didn't have a lot of no money, this is your priorities. This is what's revealed at you. So if you was a no good yellow belly scumbag on the piece of earth before, then this is a big problem. Like you said, more money, bigger problems. This is what the bigger problem is what you're talking about, because you really have the bigger problem with yourself, not the material things that you desired or some shit like that. You feel me? But yeah. Does it expose? Not so much expose. That's your natural, I would say, thing that you already is just being revealed. Well, I guess exposed, same thing. The same thing. Are some relationships only built for survival mode?
Unfortunately, yes. And that's just like how a lot of times you see a lot of athletes. Let's just use this for example. This they be saying sometimes the guy starts off with a black female, and then when he makes it big, he marries a white girl. You know what I'm saying? That narrative in that sense. But sometimes it'll just be not, and that just happens because in the scenario we just was meant to be on that level.
Nah, I gotta push back on that. Because
Nah, that's a fact.
majority,
But I'm not. No, I don't hope. Hold on. Let me clear it up a little bit, so
nah,
we
you
can
good.
understand what I'm saying. I'm not. I'm now no longer talking about race. Now. I'm just talking about caliber and women.
Nah, yeah, respectfully.
Yeah.
But it's what
So
like it's what they
yeah,
do.
I'm just explaining that to the audience because they like,
Yeah.
watch. I don't want them to think that one is better than the other. No, I'm just saying caliber and women. Sometimes you be with one woman at level 1 and 2. That's the only place she can take you.
Mm-hmm.
She,
Nah, yeah, respectfully. I get what
you
you're
know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Like
And then you get with it, and
big
then
girls. You
you
don't see too
just
many people with big girls because that wouldn't be a good image for their celebrity or their image type shit. So no, I get what you're saying.
yeah, not in that sense, but I'm just saying like some females don't have what it takes to get the person to level 10 from level 1 to level 10. Some do. I'm not saying it all. I'm just saying I can see that, and I can agree with that. Like yeah, some females is only going to get you so far. So again, we're just talking about levels. You probably can get you to level 3, and then y'all have y'all woof, y'all not seeing eye to eye, so you be able to, you know what I mean, whatever the situation may push off, y'all break up, you get to with another female, and she was able to take you to level 8. So then you did say females, correct? Or just
Yeah.
say relationship, period.
No, I'm whatever experience you want to use, but yeah, we all guys.
Absolutely speaking. I'm just speaking on not experience, or just things I
Yeah,
see,
just speaking general too.
observe, observation, just observation.
Nah, respectfully, to add on that, the start off with a black girl, end up with a white girl, that is programmed, like that's co-opted. However, my son had a list of more than 50 celebrities who have a white wife, and that's not by accident. That's on purpose because of how things is ran out there. You feel me? How they run that whole operation. However, that doesn't go with um to go with the fact. Let me see. I took some notes. They would say a couple. All right, a couple both fighting addiction. Once they both get over with addiction and they have reached to a point to where you feel me, recovery is now their life, they may come to a point to where they don't need each other. Now that fight that they both shared as a you feel me, individual entities that was their unity. Now that they're out of that shit, you feel me? They don't need each other. And sometimes that's survival mode, or that would be the example that I would use as far as people how they use each other, and sometimes use the wrong parts of a relationship to just stay or stick together, vice versa.
Also, too, like you're talking about relationships and females. There are some
Yeah.
females that are good at being a good girlfriend, and that's it. Either, and then there's other females that are good at being a wife, because there's a difference.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? And then becoming a wife and being married, that's a whole nother level. So you know what I'm saying? They're- right. So I have to. Yeah, I agree. I agree totally.
Can y'all hear the question just one more time again? Because I think I have an answer, but I just want to make sure I'm correct on this one.
Are some relationships only built for survival mode?
Survival.
Are some relationships only built for survival mode? Um,
Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening,
There you go.
Venus. How you doing? Bless,
mm,
Queen, bless. Um, I think that a definition of that, like to say that this relationship is only built for survival mode, is more if we're both just trying to survive. If we're both struggling and you can eat oodles and noodles, then yeah, that I could say that right there makes sense. If we both going through what we're going through as far as finances, and I know I can bring some, some Venus sausage home and some chips and some crackers, and we gonna be good, and you ain't gonna complain. I can see how somebody would be confused, and I would maybe in my mind feel like that. But I think that I know you were talking about niggas with different ethnicities and stuff like that. I feel like people that are rich choose people who, for me personally, I can't speak for everybody, but I would say me personally, I'm going to be with whoever argue the least, because and whoever can bring the most value to the table. So if two people can both cook and two people can both fucking suck, you know what I'm saying? They both can do it, but this one argues less.
Watch the pearls.
What would you? My bad. I thought he was. I thought he was grown. Venus, damn, you got me. All right.
We are grown. We are grown. I
Nah,
just
I'm
have
just
to.
saying.
I just have to mess with you.
Nah, no, I mean, I just love it's all love. I'm joking, but yeah, but no, but if they both can do this, if everybody can do the same thing, excuse me, the person who's going to be
Bless
to
you.
me, who's going to get upgraded is who doesn't argue as much, who could bring me peace. Who y'all can do the same thing, but y'all can't bring me peace. And I feel like when we look at people who are wealthy and the people they chose to marry, I feel like the person they married was the person who gave them whatever they wanted to get out of a relationship. I don't think it really, to me personally, unless somebody said they particularly like a person because they like a certain type of race of people or whatever. If they say that's what they're into, then that's what they're into. You can't be mad at somebody's preference. I mean, you can have your own opinion of it, but however, I feel like unless they telling you that's, but I think that if you really talk to the person, you'll see that I was with this girl before and this girl did this. I was with this girl, you know what I mean? And I get that people shouldn't stereotype a whole group of girls because of one girl in that ethnicity who does that. But I'm not going to keep looking through that for that. I'm going to find whatever I find. I get a lot of people think, oh, I only like one ethnicity of women. It's not true. I like whoever I can connect with and who I can build with. I don't care about that really. I think that's like, to me, is one of those things that are very racially motivated. And I feel like it, to me, I think it's very funny that people who hate racism seem to promote it the most when we should be completely against something we don't like. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like something, you shouldn't be giving it any type of warrant. You should be trying to rebel against it with all of the power you have. I don't like pedophilia. You're not going to see me saying, "Oh, well, some places they can sleep with kids, so it shouldn't be wrong in America." No, I'm not going to be looking for ways to get somebody out of it. I don't want people to do that, so I'm not into that. That doesn't float my boat or whatever. So I feel like when you say, "Oh, somebody should only date somebody based on their race or what that means," or why do people only get with somebody when they're rich, or why do these rich people are marrying whoever's fulfilled the fantasy they needed to fulfill when they met that person. The sad part maybe is that a lot of people of certain ethnicities might not be in those clubs to even choose from. That's just the reality. If I go to a club and all of the girls there are a certain ethnicity, then of course I'm choosing from that group of people. I don't want to go to a certain club because I don't want to get in, the negativity that may can come from going to a club that has a more hood person in it or hood people in it. So because I don't want that negativity, I'm going to be choosing from the group of people that I'm surrounding myself with. And when I'm making that choice, it might come up like, "Oh, you with this person." Or if I met my girl in college, the reality of life is if the girl that went to college that was going to the parties I was going to, that's who I meet. You meet who you meet when you meet them. Like people make fun of me for having a white baby mother being with a white girl, and she was my fucking neighbor. I didn't meet her. We was living together. Remember?
Also,
I,
too, though,
you
I don't
know,
want to cut you out. I know
no, you could go.
we going, letting the tape run. But I said that because I wanted to stick more to the subject at hand and not drift off. I only used that for an example, and I wasn't saying one is better than the other. I was just saying because he said about survival. Again, when you're surviving, that means you're just hanging on. Two, so if you both in survival mode, just for example, like you're saying, so we both in survival mode. When then we transition into something else, or you know what I'm saying, we get better out of survival mode. Sometimes the other person don't want to adjust to the next level, or can't even adjust to the next level. All they can do is stay in survival mode. What do you know what I'm saying?
Cause how y'all
And you want more. You looking for more, you want more. Would you In other words, what we can be not this is not working, so you off to the next person.
I would say now that you finally, both of y'all are finally not in crisis,
Correct.
and you saying that one of them can't now move on, that person is probably used to what y'all bonded through or how you think you bonded, because now the person that can't deal with that actually wants an intrinsic bond. You feel me? Actually wants to build something. Actually has the open heart, open mind to do so. You feel me? Not in crisis no more. Not in fight, flight, or fight mode. So that person, like you said, is stuck. I would say still stuck in crisis mode and not be able to see you or respect you for your growth and not be able to come, where you at type shit. But V, what we was talking about is hold on 1 second. People change once the struggle ends. A couple survives hard times, then breaks up after success arrives. The question you tapped in on was, are some relationships only built for survival mode?
I think if people are operating in survival in a relationship, can you call it a relationship or is it a trauma bond? And because, as a woman, and I've conversed with Black women, and I've also had conversations with women of other ethnicities and American women in general. And something that has been observed, and I don't like to speak in absolutes. So I think there's a spectrum of experiences, but what has been common, let me say that, is women have had like a general experience of feeling used by men on their way up. And then once they get to their peak, and they tend to drop the woman who supported them on their way up. And I've seen this more than once. I've seen it several times. Some men are loyal, they marry the woman who was there through their rough time. And other men use the woman, and whether they do it consciously or not. And I think what I've experienced or what I have observed is that once a man reached his height of where he wants to be, sometimes that woman who was there reminds him of a time where he wasn't the man he wanted to be. And so I personally feel like if I am dating someone and he's on his come up, I may not allow myself to get too attached to him or may not even develop a relationship with him at all. Friendship, but not a relationship because of that pattern that I've observed. I knew a woman that I work with, and she worked like several jobs, helped her husband through grad school, law school, medical school, like all these things that he wanted to do. And when he got those degrees and he started, really balling, he left her. And we saw that in Waiting to Excel when Angela Bassett set his set everything on fire. But I think there was another something else to go with that story too. But we won't talk about that. Who he left her for, that is. And so I've seen it. I'm not saying all men do that. I think it's a character thing. Um,
Thank you.
you
Thank you for
know,
I was gonna chime in on
I
that one.
do. I don't, because I've had
Cause I'm
conversation.
right.
Uh-huh.
Would love that. You started from level one and we made it to level 100. Now we looking back, talking shit, looking at the memories, going through the book. Remember when we was motherfucking broke eating hot dogs? Look at us now, Philippe's. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I didn't mean
Yeah.
to cut you off as well, but yeah, I'm
I
glad you
think
just
it's
said something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the type of person, you have different types of men, you have different types of women. It's not saying that women won't do the same thing. I've tried to have this conversation with a brother friend of mine because he always tries to group all women based on his experience. And I had to keep telling him it's the type of women you were dating. And I said, you have to realize that there are bitches and there are dogs. And good men tend to date bitches, and good women tend to date dogs. But the bitches and dogs, they never end up together. You notice that? They look for the good men and the good women so that they can, they're predators to me. Both the difference between the two is one has a vagina, the other has a penis, but they're the same type of people,
Mhm.
and that's what I've seen. So if you're in survival mode, and it's nothing wrong if two of you meet at a point in your life, you're starting your careers and you're on the way up and you can climb. But I think that you have to look out for the warning signs, to see what kind of person it is. Is this going to be the kind of person that drops me once he gets to his level? And sometimes you can't see it because you're so in love. You only see his or her positive attributes, and you missed some of the warning signs. And sometimes they don't give you the warning signs. So,
I mean, are they warning signs? Because I just seen something and it gave me a perspective that if you grew up in a village where there's only these option of women, and however, with the plethora of women around the world, knowing that you feel me, there's different, like you said, there's different characteristics in people. If this is my only option and this is what I have to deal with, do I just do that, or do I go get what you feel me was right, not rightfully for me, but do I go get what would be compatible with me? You dig? Because how I hear you saying is like um warning like it's a dangerous thing versus like I said, like people got their own thing with them. So people got their own baggage coming into a relationship, leaving one, or you feel me?
mhm.
However they want a situationship, whatever they want to do, how they want to do it. Is it a warning though? Is what I don't know. That's what I had to rebuttal back to that feedback.
Well, I think from one thing I've known through about the women that I've known through my lifetime, like I said, I try not to speak in absolutes, especially things change from one age group to the next because of the different things that influence our psyches.
Hmm.
But with women tend to see the warning signs and literally make excuses for them because they want to be with the guy for whatever reason. I've seen this so many times. And so when the stuff finally hits the fan and then you sitting around with your girls and you talking and you say, okay, what were the warning signs? And the brothers that I've had conversations with, for some reason, brothers tend to miss warning signs altogether. And and I just think that men, their brains are a little different because their ambition in a relationship is different. And because and especially, that's why I think we used to have that time of when you would bring somebody home to meet your parents and your family. Because if you're not seeing the warning signs, then a lot of times somebody else will. And then you still have a choice. Am I going to be with this person or am I not going to be with this person? But women tend to see warning signs, but they'll make excuses.
Is it a warning sign or is it happiness? Because after divorce, you feel like somebody should just after divorce, that's it. They shouldn't find love again. They don't have. That's not an option for them.
Of course. I was literally just talking to my cousin. That's why I was a little late to the call. You know, I was just sharing with her about a story. A girlfriend of mine, her sister is a Supreme Court judge, and and she was going through her divorce, and I have another friend, she worked in Rikers Island, she's a corrections officer. So they're going to get good pensions and so forth. And now they were both going through divorces. And so, and I'm listening to both of their stories, and then they end up having to like um come out of pocket, more. So, and then we were just saying, me and my cousin, that sometimes it seems like marriages are more for raising children than anything else, and let's raise children together, and then let's see how it works out. And if we're still in love after the children are grown, let's continue our lives together till death do us part. But then sometimes the children grow up and you did your job, and it's like, hey, do you still want to continue this journey? You know? Yes or no, And he was like, you know what, maybe we've gone our course. Everybody's different. Every situation is unique and different. And life is to be explored. And if you grow out of love together, doesn't mean you don't love each other, but it means you're just growing in different directions.
Yeah, it could. However, if whether you're growing in or out of love, that relation would end it doesn't mean that you don't have a new start. Is where
Yeah.
I guess is what I was saying. Yeah, where I was trying to get at. I mean, and it doesn't survival mode. That person could be. These relationships could be the next steps till you can get to your happiness. So that's why I was trying to rebuttal. Like it's not a
Okay.
warning because these people could
Oh,
be the people put in your life for to you to get to the next step, for you to get to your happiness.
mm.
Else we wouldn't have a story to tell. It would all just be, you feel me?
but when I say warning sign, I mean warning sign. Whether this person is good for you or
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I respectfully, I was just trying to stand up for Ben. Like, hold on, we ain't dangerous over here.
No, it's not about danger. It's really about character.
Stay dangerous though.
It's
Nah, yeah, respectfully.
like, if you're with a man, and he continues to step out. I'd rather for a man to tell me up front, I'm not able to be with one woman, than to make a false commitment. And now at that point, you're a liar. And so like warning signs, he continuously step out. Things like that.
Respectfully. Other question was, does success expose? I think you touched on it a little bit. Does success expose real priorities? Priorities.
Does success expose real priorities?
Yeah.
In what way?
The scenario is people change once the struggle ends, and a couple survives hard times, then breaks up after success.
I've always, been told, in the circles that I kind of like, so money exposes who you really are. It
Yeah.
makes you more who you really are. And if you're a generous person, it's going to make you more generous. If you're an a-hole, it's going to make you more of an a-hole, Um,
A no good yellow
and
belly.
hmm.
I said a no good yellow belly. That's what me and my brother.
So, um, and if you've never had anything, when I was growing up, no matter, I grew up at a time where
I'm back.
um, dignity and self-respect was the mark. And my mother used to always say, never act like you've never had anything, and because I would go to the store and like, Mom, can I wear my new shoes home?
Yep.
And she's like, no, you can't wear your new shoes home. Never act like you never had anything new. So I think sometimes when people get that success is new and they've never had it, and now I can afford a BMW, whereas when I was 20, 25, I couldn't afford a BMW. Now I want to go drive around in my BMW and see who gets impressed, and we know men, when they get in their cars, girls like guys and fancy cars or whatever. And it may be one of those types of situations.
Gemini, mute up, please. My bad. go ahead, V. Finish. My bad.
I land my plane with that.
Oh, okay. Any thoughts? Any questions for each other? Um, if anybody, um,
Land your plane.
any questions for the fellas? And fellas, any questions for V? Anything you ever want to ask a female? And V, anything you ever want to ask a guy? Questions for each
I
other?
I consider myself a privileged woman that had the great fortune of working around men for quite some time.
Hmm.
And I think the knowledge I gained through that experience is rare. I try to, hip other women to what I learned so they can, and some of the information I've shared, even with married women, it actually ended up helping their marriage. And so I had an opportunity to get a lot of questions answered. I will share this. One of the questions I asked, this is actually a photographer I work with.
Would you like to ask it? Hear the answers, and
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah. Okay,
give your.
yeah. What I asked him was, it was about spooning,
Mhm.
spooning after sex. And what he said was, if a man spoons with you and holds you after sexual intimacy, he really cares about you. But if he doesn't, if he gets up, smokes a cigarette, go take a shower, go get something to eat, he doesn't really care about you.
So is that true or false?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yes.
who wants to take that? Who wants to answer that?
Mm, I'm gonna say.
I'm a
I,
I'm a little spoon. So
yeah, it's true and not true. Honestly, true
Okay.
and not true. Because in a sense, see, just uh all right. This is when I was out there. I'm not out there anymore. Okay, I'm
retired.
older now. I'm mature, very mature now.
Mhm.
You know, level headed, one woman type of guy now. All right, but this
Mhm.
is when I was out there though. Yeah. Uh, I used to do we I used to spoon, and still I was on the same time. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. Like that, it's yes. I heard that before, and yes, it does because I some of the girls that I did like and wanted to take to the next level, and other than just hooking up, we did do that. But also ones when I was only for that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because that's this. I'm a pleaser. I'm gonna give you the full shebang. You know, when we get into it, I'm gonna give you the whole thing. I'm gonna be your man for that moment. You know, when I was younger, when I was younger, and then I was out there, not now. So so I want to say yes and no.
Disclaimer.
I would say yes and no. Yeah.
I would say somebody might just like the cuddle. Some people just like the feelings that it come with it. I don't think that would mean, and then the opposite, somebody else might just not be taught those type of levels of intimacy. I think that a lot of times our displays of intimacies is a reflection of what we've been taught and what we've connected with. So the person can really like you and go smoke a cigarette because in their mind that's what you're supposed to do after a fucking thing. You know what I mean? I don't smoke cigarettes, so you know what I mean. But when I did smoke blunts, I might go smoke a blunt. That wasn't saying I didn't like the person. It was just a way to calm myself down allegedly sometimes. But also almost like what Coop said too. I didn't cuddle with people I don't give a fuck about. I didn't sit there and spoon with people I don't. I just like the energy that comes from it. And I think that when you think about somebody, when you think about how important energies is and how it makes somebody feel, and why somebody would do that, I'm sure I think that in life, I'm not the only person who's ever cuddled with somebody I wasn't trying to marry, and I'm sure everybody who cuddled with you wasn't trying to marry you, or you wasn't trying to be with them forever. So I just think that it's a lot of things. I hate. We talked about it earlier. Anytime somebody's speaking for a whole group of people, they're probably wrong.
Correct.
Most of the time, they're probably wrong. So I think that when it's good to have female counterparts that can help me get some insight into a woman, I think the best insight into a woman would be that actual woman. That would be and I feel the same way for a man. Is the best insight into why somebody does something and what something means to somebody and the reasoning behind it would be asking that person. Anytime you're looking for a general statement, it's so many chances it might not be, specific to me or the other person. So it's like you're asking, you're telling this person, oh yeah, yeah, they know that. They don't know. Cause to me, I just like the cuddle. After I fuck, we done fucked and all of that. That's my way of knowing you like the kind of fake in my mind. See, that's the lie I'm telling myself. If she ain't want to cuddle, she ain't like it. She, you know what I mean?
So
Oh,
I'm trying to reveal everything too, you know.
no, I'm just, and I'm
Nah.
here,
Yeah.
you
Isn't
know what I
there a
mean?
word, a name, post nut or something? Post
Yeah,
Post
nut
nut
guilt
clarity.
or something? Yeah,
yeah.
post nut clarity.
That's why. Yeah, I'm guilt. It's guilt. Now you had guilt, right? That's why I'm giving you a hug. I feel guilty like that. I'm never going to see her again.
Yeah. Yeah, stupid.
I
So I've
think
already.
Richard Pryor did a whole stand up on it.
He's my favorite comedian. He's a Sagittarius too. I love. Yeah, it's one of my. But yeah, I just feel like no. I think that it's good to have, like I said, opposite sex insight. But really, if you want to know about your partner, conversation is very important, and you should be willing to have that conversation. And I think that that's the biggest issue because a lot of us don't know how to conversate, and whether it's because they only know how to argue or they only know how to question and they don't know how to answer questions. You know what's the funniest shit? I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. I used to teach in recovery. I was teaching a class. And one of the things we had to learn about was communication. And I was like, when I started teaching a class, I was like 37. I'm 42 now. However, when I was teaching the class and we was learning about communication, I literally learned that a part of communication was listening. I never knew that. I never knew listening was a part of communication. To me, I thought it was how you carried yourself talking. I thought listening was a whole nother word. I didn't think it had nothing to do with how good I can listen to the person I'm talking to. So I just think that if you want to know me or anybody you with, and you can't communicate with them to get to know them, and you can't see it through their actions, then from them personally, then I think that's a relationship that's bound to fail anyway. Because to me, communication is the biggest um positive in any success of a relationship. And I'll land with that.
Respectfully. Jeremy, you want to jump off?
Everything was already said. I land.
I've always been this little spoon because I like, you feel me? I like them thick and
Big
all that.
one.
But I've always been the scoop and the spoon joint. But however, I guess I'm a dog because right after I'm doing something immediately. I can't stay still. So I'm always doing something. But if I did stay clinged on and cuddled after, is because I'm trying to, you feel me, round two, round three, we trying to go in type shit. So booming,
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
I
Round
would
two,
say
round three.
round four, five, six, we try to play baseball, you feel me? Cool.
Go ahead, you
Play
dirty dog.
home run. But I guess yeah, I'm a dog because like I said, I can't stay still. I'm always trying to do something. So even right after, I'm not in the shower or post clarity nut. It ain't nothing like that. But if I am clinged on and spooning, I'm a Aquarius, so I'm just a natural feeler. You feel me? I'm a natural lover boy type shit. So that the spooning doesn't determine for me as much as like I guess as was how dude was putting it. Is that the determining fact of how you feel me a guy intrinsically likes you or doesn't type shit. Um
Like I would say, one of the ways to know if I like you would be things besides that are not connected to sex. That's me though. I can't talk for every other guy, but the things that are not connected with sex. Sex will be there. It's always going to be a thing. I like sex. I'm into it. It's
Nah,
fun.
that's a fact.
But to
Also,
me, it'll be
so
the stuff besides it
right.
that is that those interactions besides that would be more about whether or not I'm trying to lock it in or something. Because I didn't had because it's like now I want to know, do you what's your favorite Chinese food and shit. Those are
Pillow
things that to
talking.
me, yeah, more not even like I'm saying, like not even pillow talking because I feel like pillow talking to me is something that happens after sex. So yeah, we can talk deep after sex, whatever. Maybe that
Right,
deep talk is
right,
gonna lead to more sex. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
right, right.
But I feel
no, it's
like
gonna lead to more sex.
but if we just randomly talking about our hopes and our dreams, and that's what I want to talk about, and what's your favorite color and why is your favorite
You
color
like
and
to sit in pillow talking,
huh?
like things of that nature.
So to me, cause I'm old, so pillow talking to me has to happen in or around sex. I know now just talking to a girl is a pillow talk. Like right now we're pillow talking because we're talking to these girls. Now I know that I'm old school where if it
Laying
ain't
your plane, not pillow talk.
that's the name of the podcast. Anytime it's different. Yo, things change, right? When I was a
Man, I
kid,
know. We
pillow
all gossip.
talking.
We gossiping like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's gossip. When I was a kid, pillow talking was connected to sex in general. That was it. If you was fucking the girl, trying to fuck the girl, I guess, or y'all fucked before, you couldn't pillow talk with somebody you didn't fuck before. And again, it was most of the time after sex. It was an after sex situation or right before sex. It wasn't just you couldn't even pillow talk on the phone. Now you can pillow talk on the phone. I don't know how that's possible. How to like I guess unless you have phone sex before y'all talked on the phone, I don't know. Or after, like I don't know before y'all got to the pillow talking, but it seems like things have just changed as far as dynamics. But no, I feel like if we're conversating about other stuff opposite of sex and what those things mean, to me, those are the things that would be like, oh, you know what? I'm trying to really get to know this person besides whether or not, they like when they get their nipple squeezed. So then to me, those are things that would say or be prevalent to a deeper relationship for me personally. I can only speak for me.
Exactly. Sunny Moon, welcome. Well, we was answering the answer a question for the guys, and I think you heard everybody's but Coots. And if you got any questions that you always wanted to ask a guy, ask it. And if any of the fellas on the panel got a question for the ladies, ask it. And hopefully y'all got, response. Question I got one unless y'all got one for each other.
You got no questions, Sister
Or you
Sunny,
got
for
any
the
questions,
guys?
responses for that? No, no.
I
All
thought it
right,
was
then we
me.
move on.
Everybody's
The
black.
internet, the internet made embarrassment permanent. A relationship argument gets recorded and goes viral. Should strangers judge relationship drama?
If you pillow talking, stop.
A little tough.
Should strangers judge relationship drama? So that's
After
like
a argument goes viral,
after argument goes viral.
should we judge?
Um,
Should we get on the land your plane and talk about it?
If it goes viral, then I'm gonna argue with the person who made it viral. Is that the right?
No, you're not the person.
I
It
don't
just
think.
it went viral. Should you get on the line? Should you get a go on land your plane and talk about it? Have your 2 cents on the drum.
Hell yeah, on land your plane, I would. Nowhere else.
yeah, I would too. I think if it's yeah, if it's a top topic on the
And
internet.
then here's service announcement too.
I'm using land your plane, but if it goes viral, should you go on the internet? Should strangers judge
That's
relationship drama?
crazy.
I was
That's
just using
crazy.
that.
Wasn't that the last when we were talking about Jada and Will?
Yeah, low key. Should
All
that
right.
go in there?
If the I don't think it's a judgment. Maybe sometimes just observation. you know.
Anybody? Should you judge it?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's
I'm sorry.
appropriate. I mean, it's already on social media, so and then again, talking about certain things, you may give yourself or somebody else a better idea within their own situation too. That's why it's great to have conversations because we all have our own problems that we're going through, but we have to go through them in different ways because we're all different humans, even though we have the same energy moving through the world. So yeah, definitely, I want to talk about it.
Talk about it.
I feel like there's a difference between talking about it and getting emotional about it. We're doing content, we're doing news, we're doing topics, we're talking about topics, we're giving our opinion. But if you're, to me, I think you shouldn't get emotional about it. Now, if we just personally, if we are like, I've seen people who argue about certain stuff, and next thing you know, they're emotional. Now they ready to beef over it. Now like, oh man, it shouldn't be that deep. You're just having a conversation. You're talking about a hot topic, especially in a situation where we're doing a show like this. Hot topics are going to create more, hopefully, a better way to get more viewers. So you want to use those things in the headlines when you're clipping it up. So I think that it's all about whether or not you getting personally invested in the situation or not. That's the best way to see it. If I'm just saying how I feel and I can still go to Sonny's house for Thanksgiving after we have an argument about something, then it's cool. It's like whatever. It's a show. So I think you can't really take but personally, and even like in circles, like at the bar, if it comes up, we talking about it, whatever. Again, I just feel like you shouldn't be emotionally invested in somebody else's thing. You can have an opinion or a view, but it shouldn't be something that make you want to go outside fighting. I remember my cousins was fighting on Thanksgiving about Biggie and Tupac. You know what I mean? It's like, and they both was dead at the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the war is over. So it's like as long as you're not too deep and too invested in it, I feel like a conversation is not is it's just dialogue, and there's always and you're going to talk about it. It's the newest topic is hot. Why wouldn't I? And I'll land with that.
What was the question? It was a new question.
Question was: should strangers judge relationship drama? Where's my love?
Should they? Nah, I think no one should judge anybody, but will they? Of course,
Yeah,
especially if it's in public, especially if it's outside, especially if it's in a public place, public setting. So yeah.
I got a question for the ladies. This question is: what do girls? Well, as women, y'all women now. So when y'all was girls, what was something that as a woman now you can share, but women don't they don't tell guys. For instance, one person said it's the thought that counts. So when you was younger, you wouldn't have told your whoever, was you was getting with that it's the thought that counts. Now, as an older woman, you know that it's the thought that counts. So, what's something that women don't tell guys that you feel comfortable sharing now that you're
When I was growing up, I wasn't comfortable enough to say if I want to date a man that has the same income as me or not, or higher. That's something that, you want to look over, like, oh, at least he's working, So that's something I wouldn't really suggest. I'm like, oh, you're working. That's good. I don't really ask the income amount. I don't really ask the hours. I don't ask the pay rate. I'm just happy you're working. Um, but now we're thinking beyond that at this big age that we're in.
respectful.
Island.
Kind of left us on a cliffhanger. So, does he have to make more than you to date you now, or
Good question.
Would it be nice to be where I'm at and better? Um,
so you have
that
to
would be
meet you?
nice.
You have to meet you
It would be
there,
nice to be where
or more?
I'm at and better, of course, because that means you work as well. That means you've been in the world and you have experiences and you know how to work around people and you know how to collect relationships that matter. Then you have things that you're going to be losing. Usually people that don't have a lot don't really have a lot to lose. So it's
That's a
just
fact.
things that I've learned as I grew.
Okay. Just kidding. I was just asking.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to be sure that I understand the question. So, how the question is being worded or how I comprehend it is if a man presented any type of scenario, maybe it's even a gift, and say all he could afford was two roses as opposed to a dozen roses. And you say, "Oh, it's the thought that counts," Is that is that what you mean by the question you're asking?
Sort of, but I use that as an example that that's something that you would say to yourself when you was younger. Oh, it's the thought that counts. No, it's something that you say to yourself now that it's the thought that counts. Because looking back, you knew that certain gifts, just getting gifts from gentlemen was way to make you happy. So that was something that like private source that women would help. What is something that you comfortable sharing now? What do women never tell guys? She said she didn't feel comfortable telling them that they had to make the same or more.
I would say similar. Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm a different type of person. Um, I'm a romantic, and I also I'm older, so when I was younger, I wasn't as influenced by the superficial things that younger women today are influenced by. So I had a different value system. And also, my key dating years were pre social media. So you tend to value a man and your desire for a man was so different. And I also was in the era of making love. So I was a part of that era, slow jams, playing a slow jam, you
That's
know,
right.
um, this play a slow jam. And, the Luther Vandross era, so um shoot, my playlist was the bomb.
Panty
you know,
droppers,
Mine
the
still
panty
is.
droppers.
That's right.
you
Okay.
know. Ooh, child, let me tell no. So I'll give you an example. It's just this I love men, and that's how I got the nickname the Venus, the Harlem Bombshell. And because I just think men are just so cute and so sweet. And I know that you have other types of men that are horrible, but the men that are real men, I just find them to be so amazing. And when a man wants to give you his heart, and I can see why a mother would be very protective of her son's heart, um, where a man would be protective of his daughter's poom poom. Um, and I understand that now because, like, I remember dating this guy, and we were going to a friend of mine's daughter's birthday party. So I went to go shopping for a birthday gift. And I happened to pick up this really ugly object. And I was looking at it, I was like, this sure is ugly. I said it to myself, right? And I just put it back down. So then a couple days later, he came over and he bought that thing that I found to be really ugly. And and it was like a book thing that, things that you hold books together.
Mhm.
And so he bought it for me. He's like, yeah, I saw that you were really admiring it in the store. And he didn't know that I was really saying how ugly it was, but I just didn't say it out loud. And I didn't tell him, that was a moment that it was the thought that counts. And I just thought it was the sweetest thing. And because he
Respectfully.
really thought he did something really special by buying me this really ugly thing, And I didn't tell him, that it was really ugly. And I was just saying it was ugly to myself. Because in that moment, it was the thought that counts, So there are times where, the thought was very significant in relation to, anything else superficial per se, you know. And that was just a cute little moment, you know.
Respectfully. Yeah, that was just a little question I have for y'all. The next part of the other question of the internet embarrassment is, could you stay with somebody after public embarrassment?
No, myself
Why?
personally.
Why not?
Um, wow.
Why?
It's
And do
just
you have a story?
I stay with my parents after public embarrassment.
Mhm.
But, um, I mean, I look at domestic violent type situations, I'm kind of imagining things. It's a no for me. It's humiliation is humiliation, and if you're out in public and if a man does something, it doesn't have to really be in relation to domestic violence, but it could be relation to, being with another woman and at a party and all your friends see him or whatever. I mean, that situation, there may be forgiveness down the road, but in a domestic type violence situation, it's just a no for me.
Respectfully, but you gotta keep that same energy because niggas was smiling and laughing when waiting to excel. She burning cars and shit, but then we turn around and we mentioned, DV. Ain't no smiles. We all serious. We gotta keep that same energy. Sonny, public embarrassment. Could you stay with somebody?
I'm gonna say I have only because I felt like it was embarrassing, but it wasn't disrespectful, I
Hmm.
guess. In a sense, those things can go hand in hand. But to be embarrassed, yeah, I think I can do a public embarrassment. You know, because we're all human too, so you can't control what another person's gonna do or how they react to a situation either.
Respectfully.
That's why I'm gonna say that.
You
A
gotta,
story.
you gotta
I
say
already
that.
said one on here. I guess it was my birthday. My family had a birthday party waiting for me at home. Didn't know about it. I just got beat up. They didn't know about that. Jumped. So got there. Everybody surprising me with me being all beat up, and I wanted everybody to get out, and I was very embarrassed. And I made everybody get out, to be honest. So, well, so yeah, and I'm pretty sure I embarrassed a lot of my family members because they expressed that, and they weren't really happy about the way I did it. But I mean, when you're seeing somebody beat up, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're concerned, but you shouldn't be embarrassed if I'm asking you to get the hell out. So that's just my opinion. And I land.
You didn't cut the cake.
No, the cake. I mean, I really pulled my whole lining of my butt out. You know, so the cake didn't make it. That's all I'm gonna
No
say.
doubt.
Everybody didn't. Nobody wanted to move. I guess everybody was in shock of the yelling and what I looked like at the time. So with the cake, it helped everyone get up and move. If I would say, this is age 23, you guys. I don't want you to think this is listen.
Dirk, could you stay with somebody after public embarrassment?
Could I stay with them? I mean, yeah, I could. I'm
Why?
not think
You
I'm
have
not
a
thinking
story.
about because I'm not thinking about nothing too vicious, I guess. But I get how embarrassment can be very like subjective. So I could be embarrassed that she didn't bring me my plate first. You know what I mean? So it's like if me and the person can reconcile and they can give an apology and they can give different behaviors, I don't give a fuck how anybody else feels about it. Honestly, it's not they wasn't their opinion wasn't the basis of my relationship in the first place, and their admiration of it or them not feeling like, oh, well, at least she ain't embarrassed you is not what's keeping us together. To me, what's important is our interactions. What's more important, and will that happen again? You know what I mean? So it's like, whereas she might have came to the club and cursed me out at the club, and now I'm embarrassed that I got cursed at the club or whatever. I don't know what exactly could happen, but as long as I guess it wouldn't be based on the embarrassment. It would be based on, I guess, the results of that embarrassment. What are the results? You know what I mean? Oh, you took my shoes and you scratched. I don't know. Like I don't even make it something where the person's being violent. But if it's embarrassment, if there can be some type of reconciliation, it won't be based on what my opinion of what other people feel or don't feel. It would be based on me and their connection and what that means. And like I said, their ability to apologize about that and then also not demonstrate that behavior again. That would be what's more important to me than how the public feel about my relationship, because the same people who care so much about what's going on with you won't be there for you like that person may have been and wasn't there for you like that person has been. And everybody makes mistakes, and I said that before and I'll say it again. I can't choose what mistakes I make, and a person can't choose what mistakes they make. But forgiveness is definitely godly. That's a God aspect. So if I can forgive the person and know that, you know what, it ain't that serious, and yeah, I was embarrassed, but hey, you know what I mean, they're not going to do that again. It's not going to happen again. Then yeah, I could work through it, because embarrassment is a feeling that can, but it is a fact. Embarrassment is a fact that embarrassment is a feeling, but your feelings are not always facts. So my happiness and that is more important. My life and what I've built with somebody is more important than what the public, how they view us, and what they oh, I can't believe you still were her after she embarrassed you. Oh yeah, well, I can't believe you still living your life the way you living it. Is a complete embarrassment. I don't give a fuck. I am, I'm definitely a paid prostitute. I do not give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm a definition of a paid prostitute. I don't give a fuck. You got to pay me to give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. So I can't see me giving a fuck about what nobody else saying about what's happening and not happening, or the relevance or whatever. I don't care. It's like whatever. It can embarrass me or not embarrass me or whatever. I'll I'll move on from it. If we moving on, we moving on. That's just the reality of my situation. And people can see me with them and they can make their faces or be like, oh, I can't believe you did that. And they can say what they got to say. I don't give a fuck. If I'm happy, I'm happy. It won't be, if my leaving a person won't be because of the embarrassment. It'll be because of what they actually did. It won't be because of the fear of how people are going to view me after. So,
Do you have a story?
um, a public embarrassment where I stayed with the person.
Yeah.
Got one.
You said you got one?
Yeah, I got one. I got a bunch of them.
You want to circle back around? You want to wait? Dirt, you got one? You want to circle back around here, Jim?
I would say, public embarrassment. I've had a girl show up to my job that I was dating, and, have an argument at the job, and we didn't break up after that. So that's my story.
Respectfully. I appreciate everybody for sharing. Jim, go ahead.
Public embarrassment. I live that shit every fucking relationship. On the phone, off the phone, in front of your face, behind your back. I live that shit. Story. Shit. Where do I start? Let's go with something like I was in Schenectady, coming from downtown.
They don't want to hear that light
Niggas is
shit.
calling my phone. Niggas is calling my phone. Look, niggas is calling my phone. It's public embarrassment. And you're like, you want me to go deeper? Well, it
whatever
started
you feel
when I was
comfortable
9.
sharing. Whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
started when I was 9. What are we doing here?
Just land your phone.
No. Nah. So man, niggas is calling me. Yo, what's good? Yo, Jam, you need to get fucking here quick. Why? Such and such has every bit of your clothes on the porch. Nothing but bleaching that shit the fuck up. I get there. I got not only my family, everybody else around the whole block is looking at this fucking lady for bleach on everything I fucking own. Now, when I get there, I'm like, wow, I gotta start all over. I'm getting clowned on. You know what I mean? Like that's embarrassment. That's embarrassing. Like I can't wear no more clothes, my sneakers, everything, every fucking thing, all gone. And niggas is siphoning through my shit. All you see is just the bleach dropping. I'm like, man, all this shit is done for. This shit
That
is
shit is in
bad.
fashion now. Everybody rocking some shit that's like fake tie-dye bleached out.
No, if I would have known something like that, I'd have killed the game. You feel me? Right? I'd have killed the game because this is homemade, nigga. I did this shit. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, that's just a light story, but that's public embarrassment.
Appreciate you for sharing that. Appreciate for
I
everybody.
land with that.
Cool. Did you answer?
Nah. And where I'm at now, I wouldn't have before. Where I'm at now, I have actually. A little light story, I guess. I mean, sharing it. Just when this shit was recently. I ain't gonna hold you. I was at a comedy show. Chick I was with, she was like just flat drunk. She was actually trying to tell jokes and shit. Like she could do better than the comedian and shit. Like that was the most embarrassing situation ever. Like getting told be quiet from the next table. Everybody like shh. I'm telling her shh. Comedian is about to roast us. Like yo, hold on.
About to get roasted.
I was about to get roasted. Yeah, he's giving me the look like, all right, you got like two more.
Right.
Get your
Yeah,
girl,
niggas
man.
going at you, but stop playing
Word,
with me.
word. Luckily,
Get your
luckily
girl, man.
the
Get your girl.
luckily
They're gonna
the
get you in
waitress
trouble.
came and saved us and by kicking us out.
No.
So we didn't get roasted. Yeah, just
Oh shit.
got exit to the motherfucking door.
That's
Respect.
Yeah, and I still fuck with
that's
that. I still fuck
embarrassing.
with her after. I still fuck with that. I wouldn't have though. I usually don't do public embarrassment, bro. Like, nah, you can't embarrass me in public, but like
Yeah. See, you go to a comedy show.
Respectfully, that's real life.
especially at a motherfucking convention. Like, but yeah, take it in with that though. But I still fuck with her.
Respectfully, I appreciate you sharing that.
Happy.
Could you stay with somebody after public embarrassment? Yes. I'm not above approach. There's no critique about me that I wouldn't feel comfortable being shared online. If it was my intimate, private relationship, you feel me? If it gets out there, it gets out there. There's nothing that I'm ashamed of. You feel me? Nothing that I'm comfortable with everything. Do I have a public embarrassment story? I was trying to think of one. I don't got one per se. Not with a relationship. Yeah, not with no relationship. I don't got one. But I appreciate everybody sharing their story. Let's take a quick commercial right quick, play some videos.
I
Land Your
like how
Plane
you
is a
backed
show where
up.
truth takes off and accountability lands.
Yeah, he did that.
Guests
back
face
out.
honest
I know a
questions about
couple of them. I know a couple
I'm
of these
backed
stories,
up.
nigga.
What?
But it's for you to tell.
So y'all
He
got
don't
a
know.
story for me? Y'all remember one of my embarrassment stories or something?
No. It's for you to tell. For you to tell.
It's
Yeah,
your
act like
story.
I know it.
I got
I was
stories,
trying to think
nigga.
of it. Is
Better
it public
stop playing.
embarrassment where it would be a
Better stop
relationship?
playing.
Yeah, I'm like this nigga. Yeah, I can't think of that.
All right, man. Let's just go.
Y'all got one for me?
Schenectady.
Shit. If y'all
Nah,
got
you
one,
good.
tell it.
It's
Don't
good. You
hold
good.
it.
You was. I
All
get
right.
you wasn't embarrassed. You wasn't embarrassed. I get it.
Right. Let it go. Let it go. Let that shit
I'm
go.
confident everything. Let's do it.
Land Your Plane is a show where truth
Nah,
takes
it's
off
your
and
story.
accountability
But
lands.
you got
Guests face honest questions about love, loyalty, relationships, ego, family, and the conversations most people avoid. Want to be a guest or bring family on? If you have a story, unresolved conversation, relationship question, or truth you're ready to face, we want you on the show. Apply here. And somebody will get back to you or comment. Ready to land. Clear the runway. Your seat is waiting.
Welcome back. Fellas, do y'all have any questions for the ladies? Ladies, do y'all have any questions for the fellas? Q&A night.
What if a woman curses you out in public?
Wonder if a woman curses you out in public? Or has a woman curse you out? Has a woman or wonder if?
Yes.
been there, done that.
No.
Has a woman cursed me out in public?
What would that be the end of it, or are you saying or are you gonna stick around?
All of the above. You know, have you experienced it? If you haven't, what would you do if you feel?
That's
You know,
that's natural.
if you, yeah,
That's natural.
and it's drama. Yeah, was Cardi B? Am I the drama? Am I the
Yeah, I
drama?
was. Yeah, I can't share. I can't share. Yeah, I was gonna share, but I can't share that. But yeah, it wasn't so much a curse out, but it was like a discrepancy. You feel me? Definitely
That's
a
crazy.
discrepancy. You feel me? So yeah, it was because as far as it going down, like I'm not gonna do anything outrageous to like try to, you feel me? I'm just gonna make sure it's not gonna detriment harm to me because I'm not gonna cause any harm to anybody. So whatever, eventually there's a solution to it. I'm not, you feel me? If I'm the problem of it, then you feel me? there's a solution. There's no reason why. You feel me? You got to put your hands on me. So discrepancies, yeah, I've been in discrepancies, but as far as being in public and people witnessing, not embarrassed like that. There's some shit that we shouldn't be doing in public. You feel me? Anybody else
I
answer the
get
question?
crazy. I get crazy in the public, man. You want to show off? I show off. I'm not gonna put my hands on you though. But you want to go there? Let's go there. Then there's I should have. Yeah, you should have, but you didn't.
You know, one thing about a black woman, she knows how to curse somebody out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then when you get in the house, I'm sorry. Nah, 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 nah. This is what you asked for. You got what you got. What you got that spanking, right? Try to curse me on. I been there, done that. I'm not gonna be the only one embarrassed. Let's embarrass each other. Nigga, I'm not gonna stand there and be on some. Yo, chill. What are you doing? You mad people in our faces, man. What's wrong with you? Nah, nigga. You wild now? I'm a wild out. I'm not doing that. Yo, yo, chill. No, because the more you try to tell them to chill, you're doing too much. They're gonna do too much. So I'm gonna match your energy. I'm from the fucking hood. I got hood women in my motherfucking life.
Yeah, I
You want to
can't do
go
that.
there? Let's go there.
I'm performative for the stage when I'm on, performing my music,
I'm going in.
stuff like that. But I can't be, really intense argument in front of people and da da da. Or really, you feel me? Going through some shit. No, I can't do that.
And wasn't when I came in this evening, you all I heard Dirt was I was coming in on Dirt to saying something, and I wasn't sure what you all were discussing because I came in the middle of it, and he was talking about women arguing or something to that effect.
Mhm.
He doesn't like to argue. That's what he was saying. He's not an
Okay.
arguer.
Okay.
Have y'all argued with somebody, a gentleman in public?
Right. Has a guy ever cursed and barked on y'all in public in an
Yeah,
embarrassing tone in
good question.
front of your friends? Have y'all ever been pulled out the club?
Mm.
No.
Oh,
By
people
your
that
man
you
or the guy
know.
y'all was dealing with? No
Mm,
barking on, nothing.
let me do a life review. A life review. Mm, I can't, I don't have anything in my immediate memory of ever having that experience.
Everybody got no story. That's so crazy.
I got
Nobody
a
got
story. See,
no
I want to
story.
tell. What was it? Where we was at? Dirt, Atlantic City, when you got me the tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, boom. I want to say the story, but I don't want to, disrespect. However, that's where the discrepancy. My son Dirt, so it wasn't so much embarrassing. My bad, V, to cut you. All right, I'll give my. All right, do you have your story, or can I say mine and then circle back
No,
around to you?
I don't have a story.
Now let the lady let
I don't have a story of somebody dragging me out the club.
Nah, it don't got to be the club.
any
You ever
I
been
embarrassing
said
barked
moment.
on
Not
in
at the
public?
club,
Yeah, any embarrassing
someone.
moment.
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
it
you ever
because
been barked on in front of the food store, or you feel me, just in public?
They would need to drag me out the club if they're our driver. Like if I'm going out the club with my homegirls, my man is happy to be our driver. Like he'll wait outside for 5 hours. He don't care. He'll be our butler. Like he don't mind dropping us off at the hotel. He doesn't care. Like things. I don't
Man, I
have
don't
like
want to hear
that
that
type of.
sweet. I don't want to hear
No,
that
that was
sweet.
just an
Talk about
example.
Jack, you out the club.
We just talk about,
He
have
coming in
you
the
been
club.
barked on? Have you been cussed out, yelled at
Yeah.
in public? Like she asked me, like she asked us.
Yes.
Yes, but it
Dig
hasn't been
deep
in
now.
public
Dig
though.
deep
That's
now.
what I said. I really don't. You know what I mean? It's been, some slick words or a tone that was higher than it needed to be. You're right, but it really was. It hasn't been in public though.
Okay, so that don't count.
Yeah.
And V, you don't have one, or you pondering?
No, I can't say I've ever had an experience like fight in public,
Come on now, you
or
wasn't always Miss Venus before the Venus, right?
I'm a good girl.
Oh shit! No, you got some goddamn stories there.
I
Yeah.
am actually, unfortunately, yes, I am actually a good girl.
That's right.
I wish I was a little better. My friends used to actually tease me. That's what they used to call me, goody two shoes. Um, and one of my girlfriends, she was like, "You can't be good your whole damn life." But
That's a good thing.
they no, I haven't. Like, I'm really thinking about. I'm thinking about college years. I'm thinking about the years I first moved to New York. Um, no, I never had that particular type of experience in which a guy. I'm in a party setting or a club setting, and a guy just rolls up
Did
on
you ever
me
dress up?
and
Did you ever dress appropriately? And your man was like, "Yo, you shouldn't wear that," or like,
at, in
since
college,
you've been a
yeah,
good girl, like, how was it?
in
There was some
college,
tone
yeah,
in a nigga voice when you wear something now.
I did do that once. I went to a Kappa party, and my ex was going. That was the chapter he wanted to pledge, and I showed up
Yeah, now we
with a
digging deep.
with a little mini skirt on and a little half top. It was college, and but I had like a
So he
long
drug you
sweater.
out the party.
No,
He
he didn't
drug you
drag
out the
me out.
party then.
He just basically said, "Why are you dressed like that?" And
Did you go
I didn't.
change?
No, I did not.
Right? Like, what happened? Let's
I
go, man. Shit, we gotta dig this deep for you to come up with
No,
this.
he
Come
just
on,
it
man.
just it just made it just made him stay that much closer for the evening, you know.
Oh, okay.
So okay, sissy. All right. I see, sister. Yeah, that's right. You just gotta let a brother know. Gotta let a brother know. This is what you're working with, brother. And you're not the only one who wants it.
Respectfully. Anybody got any questions for each other? Anything? Anybody? All right. Next scenario is everybody wants a loyal partner until they get bored. A healthy, stable relationship starts feeling too predictive, too predictable. Do people secretly crave chaos?
I think
per
that's part
se,
of a
like
relationship. Like,
oh.
I didn't hear
no,
none of what y'all.
go ahead, son.
No, saying that's how it is in the dating pool. Like if people they think they're outgoing, but they're really boring. And so when you stop going being outgoing, you're waiting for them to start to be outgoing. They're just boring. People are boring. They don't know how to be outgoing. That's why you call it chaos, but it's really just being bored. Like if they could do it in a good way, they would, but they don't have no objective because they're boring. They're not willing to get out of their own standards, so they won't be so boring. So they don't have to turn it into chaos. It could be turned into some type of other type of fun or enjoyment for themselves. Alan.
Respectfully.
You sign up for what you want, right? That's basically it. You sign up for what you want. If you're an outgoing person, then you go get the outgoing person. If you're now love is crazy now. You can get the opposite, but it's still opposite attract. It's gonna be a little fussing here and there, but it can work. You feel what I'm saying? But that's what it's all about. Sharing your boredness, sharing your happiness, sharing your moments. I'm never bored, bro. Never bored. Every day, glad I woke up with you. Never bored. I like silence. Something about silence and shit like that. Little quiet moments, talk moments, communication moments, happy moments. That you know what I mean. I can't be bored. I chose you. I land with that.
Respectfully. Anybody else? Anybody else? Do people secretly crave chaos?
Isn't that like Cardi B's title of her album? Am I the drama?
The what?
Like, I said, craving chaos. I think some people do secretly crave.
Why you think that?
I think it can be unconscious behavior, lack of awareness. Someone that I know, and we were having a conversation. She's a good and grown woman, and we were talking about peace, having peace. And at this age, that's what you want. You love the quiet, taking long, hot baths, sitting outside, watching the sunset. And she's like, oh, I just have to have this. I have to have this. And she just have to have the drama. It makes her feel alive. It makes her feel excited or whatever. I think on an unconscious level, she might have some type of chemical addiction, in her own brain. So when there's high drama, her brain goes into some type of, you know, our brain sends out different chemicals. So maybe that's,
Serotonin.
yeah, you know,
She
That's
found
her
someone
coffee
who
for
likes
today.
the same thing.
I love my peace. I really do. I love peace.
Anybody
I'm gonna
else's
say,
answer?
there are individuals that do that, that crave chaos. But what I'm gonna say is that I want to say more of chaos. I'm gonna say they more spontaneousness, because
That's a good
routines
one.
can get routines
Yeah,
can
that
get
is a good
boring.
word.
You
Hmm.
know, you're just doing the same thing day in and day out, day in and day out. That's the boring part that probably the people just not understanding how to keep, communicate that is. So a little bit more spontaneousness, throw a little bit of that in there. You know what I'm saying? And I think everything will even all out, because I'm more like Phoenix said. I'm for peace too. I like my peace as well. Like I'm not with all the chaos and shit. I like to chill, but also I can understand and can see where that could just, what I mean, when you're dealing with somebody else, you can't just have it your way all the time. So you might want to throw a little spontaneousness in there, or they might want to just spark a little fight to get a nice wild night out the situation. Some people do that as well.
For a
We all
rush.
grown here. I don't need to say, get into wild night. We know what wild nights is, right? So they might just spark a little fight to end the
I used
night
to have an
right.
ex like that.
Ladies, why y'all do that? Question. Yeah. Why y'all
Women
start
aren't the
trouble?
only ones who
Oh,
do that. That
oh.
breakup to makeup. Women are not the only ones who do that.
It's not. That's not just a woman thing. Don't blame y'all.
No, it's not just a woman thing at all. My ex was,
Yes, the
it
fuck it
took me,
is.
you know, my ex was like that. And a guy I dealt with, a while ago. And it took me a while to catch
Don't
on
y'all
that
call
he
him
had,
sassy nowadays? Like if he like doing that shit, he's too sassy. So now it's weird type shit. Now. No, it
it
gives you the
was,
same energy you give him.
it was the on again, off again. And then after a while, I was just like, no, this is too much on again, off again. And then I realized it was some type of, he liked it. He loved that breakup to makeup stuff. Break up to make up.
I think
You
Cool
was
hit it
with
right
it.
on the
You
head.
was with it.
Makeup,
Spontaneity.
makeup kisses is good, but after a while it gets old. A couple times, yes. When it gets to be no, okay, no, this is too much.
The only time you get a kiss when you get an argument.
Okay, I was trying, I said making
That's
up
some fucked up
kisses.
shit.
I said makeup kisses, okay, makeup kisses.
I just want a kiss. No argument. God
You
damn.
know, it's really it's makeup sex.
Yeah, I think it's a Craig K. I think Cool hit it right on the head. Spontaneous, even looking for that, not knowing the outcome. So you're looking for like a thrill, a rush, something that you thrive on, which could be good or bad. You feel me? Depending on the couple. I think we talked about it earlier. So both could be, survival mode. One could be at different levels of life, and then when y'all get there, now that level of chaos or crisis is not needed to make y'all still even hold that bond. You feel me? Now y'all find out y'all nothing alike type shit. So could be, I don't know, feeling like you said, I don't
Then
know, it's a square line.
like I said, sometimes opposite attract on that.
But you say you broke up a little bit, or it probably was my phone, but
I was just saying opposite attract sometimes.
respectfully, yeah. Next question is peace mistaken for boredom?
Yes, yeah, I would say. I literally, yeah.
I can't
And
get
why?
bored. That's the
Especially with
crazy shit. I can't
the
get
wrong
bored.
person would say it definitely. A chaotic person would say yes, but nah.
I would think so,
I
yes,
can't get
too.
bored if I like my peace. You feel me? Like
That part, yeah, that's
I
yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Exactly.
And peace doesn't mean it's just peace is hard work. It takes work to maintain peace. Keeping your household in order, keeping your household clean, things, planting your gardens. And it's not just sitting around kumbaya, even though that's a part of it, meditating and whatever, you may do to keep your mind at ease. But for me, peace has always been hard work, and how I create my peace, I like a clean house, organized house. You know, my dream is to have a garden one day, and all that's work, you know.
Maintain it. Anybody else is peace mistaken for boredom? Everybody wants a loyal partner until they get bored. People,
Exactly. And that's just like again. When you're at peace, you would think that people will come up with other ways to keep the peace going. And it's a high percentage that some people are so at peace in the situation, they're not at peace with themselves. So it doesn't matter what it looks like for them, it's gonna be chaotic. They're gonna get bored. They're not gonna give you a fulfillment because the peace didn't bring them, the peace brought them there. It's just like when they say bright, dark comes to light, like, of course. So they know where they can go to be at peace, but are they peace with themselves? Probably not. And that's why they're bored. And they're not really bored. They're just traumatized by the peace that they're receiving. I land.
respectfully. Everybody laying there, everybody went. No questions for each other.
Just thinking, I'm always thinking 'cause I love the questions you ask. And I love everybody's responses.
Respectfully,
But
I appreciate all your responses. Thank you, thank you. And you, a couple people that's sharing, that's watching, appreciate you too.
I got a question for the ladies.
Mhm.
Take off.
Okay, now with you guys' life experience, now where you at now, what would you rather prefer, chaotic or peace? It kind of said it already, Venus, but let's just reiterate it a little bit more.
Good question.
I definitely don't want chaos. I actually appreciate, I have to co-sign with Brother De La Nouche, with the spontaneity, but that can include like, hey, let's go to the mountains for the weekend, or let's take a trip to the Bahamas for the weekend or something like that. That's a little spontaneity. Like I love that. And but when it comes to like chaos, like people who really know me, and there's a brother, his name Will, brother Dana Schmidt. Will, me and Will were friends. We've been friends for a long time. And Will would always say, if drama's that way, Shelly's gonna walk that way. I don't like drama. I don't. I just don't. Chaos and drama, I don't. It just doesn't match with me. No disrespect to people who, or judgment, but I myself, I can't handle that. So, but peace, gardening, like I said before, cleaning house, organizing, creating the environment to have peace. Yes, I can, we can work with that together, being spontaneous. I like that. And I land my plane.
Sonny,
I
question for you.
Usually, I like to watch chaotic things. Like I like to watch like drama and like scriptos, social media. Like I like crazy movies, anything. I like different type of music. Like I'm chaotic in that way. But at home, at peace in my brain, I rather have peace. You know what I mean? Like in my life structure. But I'll watch it. But I in my life have peace. That makes sense. Like to have a type of balance for entertainment and also to be educated too, because I don't have a lot of chaotic stuff going in my life, and a lot is changing every 3 to 6 months. There's things that are evolving in our lives. So me watching is almost like entertainment and also educating myself. I am.
Respectful. Any more questions for each other? Time is
Man, y'all playing.
1:43. Any more questions for the congregation? And take a quick commercial right quick then. Bathroom break and all that. Hardcover, paperback, and Kindle available now on Amazon. His secrets weren't just lies, they were debts, dangerous ones. She was just a housewife, routine, love, family, peace. Now, she has a choice, break or become something else. The God Lady, story of power, sacrifice, and the price of loyalty. She didn't choose the game chose her. This book is dangerous, not because it tells you what to think, but because it shows you who's been thinking for you. It exposes the illusion, the script, the invisible leash. After Cosmiscuous, you won't hear music the same. You won't see mirrors the same. You won't even see yourself the same. Warning. Side effects include awareness, freedom, and irreversible growth. Cosmiscuous. Read at your own awakening. Welcome back. Welcome back. How y'all feeling out there, man? Everybody
Great,
good?
great.
Y'all good out there?
We here. We here, man.
Tomorrow's
Mm,
Iceman. Tomorrow's gonna be cold in this world. Ready for it to get cold. Iceman drop tomorrow.
respectfully.
12 o'clock, actually. All right.
It's gonna be real cold for you dojo niggas like Kendrick. Or you Kendrick fans. It's gonna be real cold out there for y'all.
Here we go. Here we go. You want to do this on land your plane?
I'm just saying. I just want to
You
say
want
that. So.
to? Yeah. I'll call you tomorrow.
Nah, I think, man, yeah. A question I have for girls: why would you be with somebody you don't trust? Or for women, I should say, right? For women, my bad. Why would you be with somebody you don't trust?
Mm. Well, you want to take that, sis?
Because it depends on where the trust is placed, right? I know we're crazy, right? So it depends on what you what you've done or what you took in or what I felt like took my trust away. There's a percentage of me that I believe I can handle, right? It's not true, but I try to give me a grace, like, you know what, that one didn't hurt too much, you know, insanity. But that's what I would say. I land.
I have a question if you're with a person, if you can't trust them.
Fix them.
Um, you
What the
know,
fuck was that?
but and that's I would if I just am I with the person if I'm not trusting them? You know, that's I just that's like an oxymoron to me. But you know, uh but I guess sometimes when you're young, you can kind of get caught up in the idea of the person and not really look at, you know, the idea of what you want in the relationship instead of what you actually have.
Respectfully, I get that. Do you think that people should use filters that could be qualified as a catfish?
Oh, you mean like and putting their pictures up on social media?
Yeah, when they use a lot of filters to the point where it's almost a catfish. You're like, hold on, wait, that's not you, type thing.
Oh, that's horrible.
You think
That's
people
really
should do?
horrible.
When you say yes or no to that?
I would say it's to me it's nothing wrong with doing like a like a little touch up, you know, like maybe smoothing out your complexion or something like that. But when you're completely altering your looks, uh yeah, that's not cool. It's really not even psychologically healthy for the individual as well. Me and some women, we were talking about that. And because you use so many filters that you don't want to see your image without a filter. And you start developing like body dysmorphia and whatnot. And it's to the point where you don't even know yourself and you don't even want to present yourself, you know, the falseness, the facade. It's very unhealthy. It's unhealthy for the person who's doing it, and it's definitely for the unhealthy for the person who discovers it's a lie. And it can be dangerous on top of that if a person feels deceived. There's so much of that going on now. There's so much of that going. You know, the catfishing.
That's like the big girls who only give headshots. They only take headshots. They don't take no other pictures, but from a certain angle and only show above. They you don't know if they're in a wheelchair or not. You're like, hold on, is she in a wheelchair? What's going on? I don't know. I've never seen Her bottom lower than her shoulders. Like, what the fuck?
Put it in a wheelchair.
I got another question I thought there. Why does oh my god, hold on.
He had to close his mic for you. Little karaoke,
Question
land
for
your
the ladies.
plane.
Question for the ladies. What do you wish guys knew about women?
Hmm. Hmm. What do I wish guys? I would say that women have been miseducated about, for many years I was miseducated. And a lot of, like a lot of times when, it's the perspective that women have is men think with the head between their legs instead of the head on their shoulders. And and they don't really take the time to recognize the true intricate parts of a man's heart. And but that's I land my plane with that.
Sonny, that's what you wish
Men knew
you
about
think
women, yes. That women are miseducated, and I think that's what's causing a lot of problems in
Yeah,
relationships right now.
got you.
We're
no,
definitely miseducated about men.
hmm definitely, definitely is. Wow. Hmm. The delicacy, like I don't think a lot of men understand the delicacy of feminine in a woman. Like, I had told this person before, like, I know you say you seen your mom be strong and she took care of all the bills and she took all the bags in the house and she did everything and she never let you guys touch a thing and you have five brothers. And I said, well, that doesn't mean that you can't do those duties and take that weight off that person. That's also a duty. Let her be feminine, let her be a lady, let her be of herself in nature. Why wouldn't you want to get up and why wouldn't you want to argue with your mama or just walk out there and help her with the bags? Why can't you give her that grace to the door to the kitchen, putting everything away and then starting to cook and then help you guys with your homework and put you to bed? Why can't you relieve this woman of her? Why can't she be feminine? Why can't she be herself? Why does she have to be so masculine in so many ways? Alan.
Good answers. Good answers. Smooth landing. Dirt, you got your question, or you was doing what you doing?
Okay, I guess Drake dropped episode 4 of Iceman. So you got Sigo calling me, bothering me about it, cursing me. He wants to talk about it. Allegedly, Drake just Daisy. What was I about to say? What was I about to say? Why do people say they want the truth if they know that's going to make them not be with you? Like, if you know that the consequence of me telling the truth is not me not having you, how could you expect me to be truthful? If you know I want you.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Dirt.
If you know that the consequence of me not having you, the consequence of me not having you is me being truthful, how can you expect me to be truthful?
Mm.
And you know I want you.
What?
I definitely don't want to say I expect you to because that's the greedy, the selfish, the narcissist. I have a list that we can go through, but it's just the objective of giving me my choice. You know, choice is everything. It matters. It matters. I know a lot of people say women, it's like talking to a brick wall, and it's like we're in a new century now. Maybe you could say that in the early 1990s and 2000s. I get it, but we're really this world thinks a lot different now. So you can and you are able to, speak and be good to yourself too. Shit, if you gotta keep up all this, keep it up, keep it up, keep it. Why do you need to keep it up? It's somebody out there that's willing that you ain't gotta keep it up with.
I don't want that somebody. I want you.
That's how they leave. Immediately they leave because you could find somebody. You just choosing me, and I don't want it. It's not fair. Not fair. I land.
You didn't get the question, Venus? You know you said what? You had me cracking up. You didn't get it?
No, I don't. No, I didn't.
And I was saying, how do you expect someone to tell the truth to you when knowing the consequence is losing you and you know they want you?
Wait, ain't that a song?
It's I'm musical. I can't even help it.
Is the name of that song Manipulation?
It's on the new Drake album. It's on the Iceman. I took his bars, turned it into a question. Nah, I'm joking. No, I get it. I just asked it a question. I just was wondering.
I'm just fucking with you.
I don't really get mad when people lie to me because I know that everybody's a liar, including myself. Everybody has lied before. There's not one person I have met who has never lied. So I don't feel like I get that mad about being lied to as much as other people do. So that's why I just asked that question. Because it seems like people are so stuck up on that, especially females. It seems like I don't want him to lie. Why he had to lie to me? Because he wanted you. That's why he lied to you.
But Steve Harvey talks about this all the time.
Oh, that nigga.
He said he loves lying.
Yeah.
And you can't handle the truth.
Talk about it. Jack Nicholson voice.
It's wow. I think it's not so much lying, it's about what you lie about and the level of deception. Um, that's the thing. I feel it's better to tell the truth. You hold down the drama. I understand if you want to be with a lady and you have another lady, so you lie to her that you don't have a lady, so you can be with her or whatever the situation may be. You know, but when the truth comes out, she's going to hate you for it. So is it better to say, look, I got somebody, but this is what I want? And then you give her the option. When you take her option away, that's what's going to piss. But for you to lie to her is basically you're telling her, you're basically creating a situation where she doesn't have an option because you don't want her to.
I get that.
That's what really pisses women off. And yeah, some women, you never know. Some women are into the polyamorous situation these days, but at least you
These
give
days,
her.
that's That feels like shade when you say these days. I don't know why it feels so. It feels these days like what is the world coming to?
That's true. No. Mm-mm.
From like the 90s to the 2000s, like, yes, we've had the little shack houses where usually married couples go and they do their thing. Like, it wasn't like more open minded as it is now, where you don't have to be with this partner. Y'all can go and pick another partner. Usually, in the eye, it was more like a married couple would probably go and get someone. It's a little different
I get it. These days. Back when life was good, before these days that we live in now, and now we're living in hell.
Be lucky. You don't have to date. You're in your own, sanctum. Like, this dating strong is different. I'm only talking from my experience and me
I,
being, privacy. Like, it's hard out here, you guys. It's hard out here.
For a pimp. They always say it's hard out here for man. I feel like if it's hard out there for you and you a pimp, you ain't pimping right because you shouldn't even be out. You should be sending the bitches out. Why is it hard out there for a pimp? It should never be hard out there for a pimp. You ain't pimping right if it's hard out there for you. But yeah, let me see what's another joint. Do you like to give your musical taste, or would you rather take your mate's musical taste? Or would you want it to be a cohesive situation where y'all both shared it with each other?
I guess I'll go. Sunny, you want to go first? Okay. Okay. Um, most the men that I've been with, we've always shared the same musical taste. When I was younger, me and my ex, we had a collection. That's when we used to buy CDs. We had a collection that's like, it was like 300 CDs. It was a lot. And when we broke up, it was like, who's going to get the CDs? And
I want.
Yeah.
it was a lot. We had a whole
I
humongous
know I'm
music
taking
collection.
mine.
And
I'm joking.
Yeah. You ain't even got a CD player. Where you gonna play a
I'm
CD?
joking.
we had a humongous collection of music. And
Oh man.
I just let him have it. Just like, I'll start over. And, you know,
I'll listen to radio for 3 weeks. I got it.
I just wanted him out of my life, so I didn't even care. Even though I invested in that collection just as much as he did.
What's some joints from that collection you really missed that you like? That you liked. What's some joints that stood out?
And I practically had everything Michael Jackson ever created.
Oh man.
Michael Jackson anthology. One of my exes actually stole that from me. That anthology was $130 just by itself. Um, and but like, I've dated a couple guys that were producers. Most of the guys I date are more into the arts. And I dated guys that were DJs, producers. And so I love music. And that was always easy. And I take on my partner's taste in music because I like music. I like to explore, and just as much as he would, like, just like my taste in music.
I get that. But I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I gotta get up early. I love you guys, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah.
All right.
Likewise.
Oh nigga shit. I guess I hit you up when I'm at the doctor. Cool.
Because
All right, love y'all guys, man. Safety.
yeah,
Have a
for sure.
safe night.
Damn.
I forgot somebody.
Pleasant dreams. Yeah, I'm
We
gonna have
back.
to follow Dirt. I have to get ready. I have to get up early too on Fridays.
We on Discord, yo.
You
Appreciate
guys have
everybody.
a
All
great
right,
night.
now until the
You
next
as
time, then.
well.
All right. Peace and
You as
blessings.
well.
Peace and love.
Have a good night.
All right. Blessing success, everybody. I appreciate y'all. I will see everybody Tuesday. Back here at 8. Beat me here, don't meet me here. And see you tomorrow, HSA at 8. You already know. Do one more commercial. We get up out of here.
This is BK.
Mike Payne.
Carly.
34 and a half. Hot boy Shay. Tyrell. And I play Tyrell.
And Monica.
Jay.
Asu.
Mo.
Big Prince in that series Make Some Noise.
You gon' hear me now, feel me now. I'm 10 toes, no small talk, straight to the pen.
Throughout the season, you see him going through where in the beginning he wanted to just do his music and work a regular 9 to 5, but as things continue to happen to him, he has to respond to the environments that he gets put in.
Damn. Nah, fucked up, cuz. Yo, my bad, for real. Where the fuck was you at anyway? I was trying to get a little bottle or something, type of weapon that even the odds, it was more than us.
A lot of people called me and was like, when they see me, I like to say I retreated, which is something people do in war all the time. They retreat to, regroup. Another word I like to use when I think about that scene. People thought I was like, punani.
Nigga, you must not know who the fuck I am, nigga. This my city. Y'all beat his ass. Get up, bitch ass. You ain't talking niggas. We outside. I had people say, you just being you. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't no bully though. I ain't no bully, but yeah, don't take me there, bro. But other than that, yeah, just I'm that nigga, and I definitely feel like I'm that nigga. You supposed to feel like that. You feel me? Yeah. Damn, she fine as hell. What the fuck you doing with this bum ass nigga? Might well come to my section.
Nigga, I wouldn't give you the time of day if you paid for it. Like she's a good person at heart. I just think she's in the wrong career field. You be surprised what type of men I see on a daily.
Go check that out, man. I'm so Tyrell on YouTube. The show is called Make Some Noise. 8 episodes, fire, fuego. Y'all got any questions for each other or are we out? No questions for anybody?
I'm good.
You good? You Gucci?
Cool. Yeah, Gucci.
Say no more. We landed. Yeah, see y'all. Meet y'all, man.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, hype me up. Meet you on the next flight. Hit that QR code. Hit that QR code. Tap in.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until you have properly processed. Keep your mind clear until next time.
Land your plane, land your plane, land your plane.